If you've been eating less, working out more, and the scale still won't move, I need you to hear this. It is not your fault, and it is not about calories. There is something happening inside your body right now that is physically blocking you from burning fat. It's called insulin resistance, and millions of women between the ages of 25 and 50 have it, and most of them have absolutely no idea. Your doctor probably hasn't tested you for it. You probably don't fit the image of someone who should have a blood sugar problem. But here's what nobody tells you. Insulin resistance doesn't just affect diabetics. It silently sabotages weight loss in otherwise healthy women every single day. Here's what's actually going on. Every time you eat, even something healthy, your body releases insulin to move sugar from your blood into your cells for energy. But when your cells stop responding to insulin properly, your body has to pump out more and more of it just to do the same job. And here's the problem. High insulin is your body's #1 fat storage signal. When insulin is elevated, your body cannot burn fat. It is biologically impossible. It doesn't matter how little you eat. It doesn't matter how much you exercise. Your metabolism is in a lock. And the foods and habits we've been told are healthy, like eating 6 small meals a day, snacking on fruit, doing an hour of cardio, those things can actually make insulin resistance worse. So, why are women hit harder by this? It comes down to hormones. Estrogen plays a major role in how your body uses insulin. And as estrogen fluctuates during your cycle, during perimenopause, during stress, your insulin sensitivity takes a hit. Add in cortisol from chronic stress, poor sleep, and hormonal birth control, and your cells become even less responsive to insulin over time. If you have PCOS, you are almost guaranteed to have some degree of insulin resistance. But you don't need a diagnosis to be affected. A woman in her early 30s eating a clean diet, exercising regularly, can still have significantly elevated insulin levels and wonder why nothing is working. Let's talk about the symptoms, because they don't look like what most people expect. You might have insulin resistance right now if you experience belly fat that collects around your waist and doesn't budge no matter what you do, intense sugar and carb cravings, especially in the afternoon, an energy crash after meals where you just need to lie down, difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep, brain fog that feels like your thoughts are stuck in mud, skin tags, dark patches on your neck, armpits, or inner thighs. That's called acanthosis nigricans, and it's a direct sign that insulin is too high. These aren't random symptoms, they are your body waving a red flag. Now here's the part that makes a lot of women angry. And rightfully so. Conventional weight loss advice makes insulin resistance worse. When you drastically cut calories, your body reads that as starvation. Cortisol spikes, cortisol raises blood sugar raises insulin. Insulin says, store fat. You're dieting harder and your body is in deeper fat storage mode than when you started. The same thing happens with excessive cardio. Long, steady-state cardio sessions spike cortisol, which spikes insulin, which blocks fat burning. Women doing an hour on the elliptical every day and wondering why they're gaining weight. This is why. Eating 6 small meals a day? Every time you eat, insulin goes up. Eating constantly keeps insulin elevated all day. Your body never gets a window to burn fat because insulin never comes down long enough for that to happen. So, what actually works? The goal isn't to eat less. The goal is to lower insulin. And the most powerful way to do that is to change what you eat and when you eat it. Protein is your best friend. Every single meal should be anchored in protein. Eggs, chicken, salmon, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese. Protein keeps you full, stabilizes blood sugar, and doesn't spike insulin the way carbohydrates do. Cut out the foods that spike insulin the fastest. Sugary drinks, including fruit juice, white bread, white rice, pasta, cereals, even the ones marketed as healthy. Ultra-processed snack foods, granola bars, flavored yogurts, these foods look harmless. They are not. Add fiber to every meal. Vegetables, legumes, seeds. Fiber slows down how fast sugar enters your bloodstream, which keeps insulin lower after eating. And consider giving your body a window where it's not eating at all. You don't have to do extreme fasting. Simply eating within a 10 to 12 hour window, say 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. or 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. gives your insulin levels time to come all the way down. This is when fat burning happens. Now let's talk about movement, because here's the thing. Exercise matters enormously for insulin resistance, but the type of exercise matters just as much. Strength training is the single most effective exercise for improving insulin sensitivity. When you build muscle, your muscles become better at absorbing glucose without insulin. Every pound of muscle you carry is like adding more storage capacity for blood sugar, which means your body needs less insulin to do its job. 2 to 3 sessions of strength training per week, even at home with body weight or light dumbbells, can measurably improve insulin sensitivity within a few weeks. Short, intense bursts of movement are also highly effective. A 10-minute walk after meals has been shown to reduce blood sugar spikes by up to 30%. Even standing up every hour can make a difference. Long cardio sessions, less effective for insulin, and potentially counterproductive if they're triggering stress in your body. If you love cardio, keep it, but stop relying on it as your primary fat loss strategy. Let's talk about the hidden triggers that nobody connects to weight loss: sleep and stress. When you sleep less than 7 hours, your insulin sensitivity drops significantly, even after just one bad night. Your hunger hormones get disrupted, you crave sugar and carbs more intensely, and your cortisol levels stay elevated throughout the next day, keeping insulin high. Chronic stress is one of the biggest drivers of insulin resistance in women in their 30s and 40s. You cannot out-diet stress. When your nervous system is constantly activated, work pressure, family demands, financial anxiety, never having a moment to yourself, your cortisol stays chronically elevated, and chronically elevated cortisol leads to chronically elevated insulin. This is why women who do everything right and still can't lose weight are often the most stressed women in the room. The missing piece isn't a stricter diet, it's nervous system support, it's sleep. It's actual rest, not the kind where you're scrolling your phone until midnight. Other hidden triggers: artificial sweeteners have been shown to disrupt insulin response even though they contain no sugar. Inflammatory seed oils in processed foods contribute to cellular insulin resistance, and eating large amounts of fructose from fruit juice, dried fruit, agave, high fructose corn syrup is particularly problematic because fructose bypasses normal blood sugar regulation and gets converted directly to fat in the liver. So here is what I want you to do starting this week. First, get tested. Ask your doctor for a fasting insulin test, not just a fasting glucose. Many women have normal glucose but elevated insulin, and that is where the problem starts. You want your fasting insulin to be below 7 microunits per milliliter. If it's higher than that, you have your answer. Second, anchor every meal in protein, minimum 25 to 30 grams per meal. This alone will change how you feel within days. Third, cut the liquid sugar, soda, juice, sweetened coffee drinks, energy drinks. This is the single fastest dietary change you can make to start bringing insulin down. Fourth, take a 10-minute walk after your biggest meal. Set a timer, just do it. The blood sugar benefits are real. Fifth, protect your sleep like it's a non-negotiable, because it is. And sixth, and this is the most important thing, stop blaming yourself. You were not given the right information. Your body isn't broken. It has been responding exactly as it was designed to respond to the wrong inputs. Change the inputs and your body will change. If this video helped you understand something that's been confusing you for years, please share it with a woman in your life who needs to hear this. Subscribe so you don't miss the next video. And drop a comment below. Have you ever been tested for insulin resistance?